Hi, I'm Professor Bruce Madariaga, and I'd like to share with you a simple but powerful cooperative learning strategy. I call it my economics exam bowl. It's great for teaching economics, but instructors in other disciplines can use their own version of my exam bowl to teach their subjects as well. Having students learn in teams has many advantages. However, a major problem with teamwork is that students tend to free ride on the strongest students in their team. To get around this problem, instructors need to design team assignments that create positive interdependence, such that each individual student has strong incentives to promote the learning of their teammates. My exam bowl competition achieves this. Here's the basics of how it works. Student teams are formed, and a list of questions is distributed to all the teams before the exam bowl competition. Now, these questions have to challenge students to understand key concepts and be able to apply them to real-world situations. During the exam bowl competition, the questions are asked to all of the teams. Now, here's the key. When a question is asked to a team, the instructor, not the team, picks the spokesperson, and the spokesperson cannot get help from their teammates during the competition. What does this mean? It means that one student may know all of the answers, but may not win the competition because they may never be chosen to speak. Therefore, each student has strong incentives to teach their teammates everything they know. Strong students learn by teaching the less strong students. And all us instructors know that the best way to learn something is to try to teach it to somebody else. The less strong students learn by getting extra help from the strong students. The peer group dynamics create powerful incentives for students to cooperate and learn. The game creates competitive incentives for students to learn. And you throw in some bonus points for the winning teams, and you've got a powerful combination of incentives for students to learn the content that instructors want them to learn. Throw in some bells and whistles and some surprises, and you can create some fun too. So let's watch a few minutes of an exam bowl competition. Thanks. Welcome, everybody. This is the Spring Semester Economics Exam Bowl. I know you've been preparing for this all week. I hope you've taught your teammates everything that you know. But remember, during the competition, you cannot help your teammates. The only time you can interact with your teammates is if I re-ask a question, or also during the final bonus question. Of course, remember also that for a re-ask question, if you get it wrong, you could lose points. So you'll have to do risk analysis there. Okay? Last thing before we start. Remember that this is not a test of memorization. It's a test of your understanding of the key content and whether you can apply it to real-world situations. Therefore, I reserve the right to ask follow-up questions to be sure that you understand the words that are flowing outside your mouths. Okay? All right, so let's go. We'll see how this works as we go. First question goes to the ants. Now, I will ask the question, pick the spokesperson, and then if the spokesperson wants me to repeat, I will repeat the question. And I will pick the spokesperson using my high-tech methods. First question goes to Adrian. OK, Adrian. Should our government establish laws to eliminate air and water pollution? Explain your answer using economic reasoning. Do you want me to repeat the question?
Oh, that's all right. Well, the answer to that question is we should not have laws that eliminate air pollution and water pollution because factories would be shut down, businesses would be shut down, and that would cause unemployment.
Wouldn't that be a good? Might that not be a good thing, though, if there's pollution?
It might be a good thing, like to have less pollution, but we have to look at it where the total cost of eliminating pollution would exceed the benefits that we would receive.
OK. So how much pollution reduction should the government impose? I mean, how should they figure out how much pollution reduction? The
certain amount of pollution that we should have is enough that the marginal benefits of the pollution would exceed the marginal cost
Of
of
the
having
pollution
it.
reduction.
Right. Exactly.
Good answer. Good for 2 points for the ants. Ants are on the board and off to a good start. Second question goes to the cats. Cats. Why would a tax on bottled water be economically inefficient, while a tax on alcoholic drinks might be economically efficient? Why is that? Cats? And question goes to Brody. Would you like me to repeat the question?
Please.
Why would a tax on bottled water be economically inefficient, while a tax on alcoholic drinks of the right size could be economically efficient?
Alcohol tends to have a more inelastic demand, thus a tax on alcohol would be economically efficient.
That's correct, but it's not the elasticity that determines whether the tax is efficient or inefficient. I'm going to re-ask the following question. 2 points for a possible right answer, -2 for a wrong answer. Why would a tax on bottled water be economically inefficient, while a tax on alcoholic drinks of the right size could be economically efficient? Question goes to the dogs. And the question goes to Minhaj.
Nice. All right.
You want me to repeat the question?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Alcoholic drinks impose negative externalities on people. So a tax on alcoholic beverages would discourage drinking alcohol. It's consumption of alcohol.
Okay. Good answer. Answer good for 2 points for the cats, for the dogs. And let's try another question. Question goes to the Falcons. Why do manufacturers of computers and other electronics often offer rebates? Why don't they just lower their prices instead of requiring consumers to fill out those stupid rebate forms and send them in? Why is that, Falcons? Question goes to Prathusha.
Because businesses want to maximize their profits, because the rich have more of an inelastic demand and the poor have more of an elastic demand. Therefore, they have more of an incentive to go out and mail in those rebates instead of offering everybody the same price.
So who do they charge the higher price to?
The people with the more inelastic demand, and the lower price to people with the more elastic demand.
Good answer. Good for 2 points for the Falcons.